If you ask Elon Musk that he would go to the lengths that he'd launch flights next year, I mean, next year is too soon, but still he's Elon Musk, you know. He would say it, but it's clear that a self-sufficient town on Mars isn't so distant. But have you ever wondered what Mars civilians are gonna eat on the red planet? Well, obviously there is no such climate as Earth on Mars to grow food. So how humans are gonna live their life on the red planet is near or far future. I don't know, the timeline is completely dependent on our man Elon Musk. But the food condition is what we can talk about. So, without any further ado, let's begin. Welcome to the space journey. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel and press the bell icon to never miss an update on space, SpaceX, and the man none other than Elon Musk. We already know that Musk's biggest dream is to turn Mars into a livable planet, and he has been working around the clock to achieve it, facing all the obstacles along the way, one of the biggest being growing food on the red planet's soil. But the planet doesn't have any similar climate conditions to Earth, so it is quite difficult, or we should say very much difficult, to grow food in the red soil. But that man is a lot more than a persistent son of a human or alien, I don't know. There's almost nothing which he cannot do once he decides to do it. This time he somehow managed to find something for this food problem. Now a solution. In a recent paper, Feeding 1 Million Individuals on Mars, Cannon and Daniel Britt modeled a path for self-sufficiency for 1 million settlers over the course of 100 Earth years, taking under consideration caloric intake per person, imported food in early years, and necessary infrastructure, like pressurized food production facilities and underground tunnels for growing plants with semiconductor diode lighting and daylight piped in. Don't you think that sounds like real life on Earth? But yeah, with some limitations there. But anyways, 1 million people is a really arbitrary number, but that's what Elon Musk's aspirational goals are, so that's what we used. And for the particular numbers, we have a lot of stuff to take from Earth. For example, we usually look at how many calories the average person takes per day, and then decide on a scale that reflects an individual's age and level of activity. Scientists used the data to represent a population of individuals, so they had a 50-50 mix of men and women, and they had an age profile. Of course, kids eat a lot less than older people. After all those calculations, supposed figures were given. Thus, it would be necessary to import a lot of food within a few years of settling. Tens of thousands of ships would be required only for this, but the food production capacity during the first years of the settlement may greatly reduce this number. Now, the high upfront costs of developing a food business on Mars would save a lot of money in the long run because of fewer launches would be needed, but we know SpaceX is on its way to accomplishing one of Musk's START goals, sending humans to Mars, establishing a colony, and starting a new house race. So at the International Natural Philosophy Conference in Adelaide, Australia, in September 2017, Musk explained his intent to send 2 fully reusable remote-controlled ships to Mars that carry 100 tons, followed by 2 other remote-controlled ships that carry the primary human travelers. Sounds like we're going to Mars. However, he said, the main goals would be putting in a propellant production plant, assembling 1 ton of ice per day to form new fuel, whereas additionally establishing basic life support systems. For this, the billionaire is using hydroponics, which primarily involves growing plants during a resolution stuffed with nutrients, creating direct contact with the roots rather than victimizing soil, which makes it quite comfortable for the apocalypse. However, Musk isn't the primary to recommend victimization husbandry on Mars. Researchers from the University of Arizona found in 2015 a greenhouse that produces sweet potatoes and strawberries that mixes water and nutrients, providing yields 10 times on top of an everyday field. And the researchers noted that it isn't far higher methodology than the one employed by Matt Damon's character within The Martian, that uses a haphazard system of excrement and water mixed with Martian soil. And NASA, that is additionally researching husbandry, notes that the tactic made public within the film in all probability wouldn't work too well as a result of the soil lacking plenty of necessary nutrients. However, hydroponics may ensure that the first guests get a healthy dose of untrained veggies. Musk, though, is looking for a long-term solution. One of his biggest stated goals is to change the atmosphere of Mars so that humans will be more comfortable there. This concept has received some skepticism and may change humans a lot. Until then, Musk stated, if we wanted a fun, outdoorsy atmosphere, we'd probably need a glass dome with a park so people can walk around without suits. Eventually, if you terraform the world, then you'll walk around without a suit. But for say, the next 100 plus years, you'll need to have an enormous pressurized glass dome. Then again, it could all happen. Mars needs humans and originally was going to happen in 2022. But Musk has since suggested the launch could be after the company's 2023 mission to send a team of artists around the moon, and from there the primary Mars colony may form before 2030. But to our surprise, scientists have been growing food in houses for as long as astronauts have lived there. Russian cosmonauts grew Chinese cabbage, flax, leeks, and onions in 1971 on Salyut 1, the primary space station. But scientists wanted to know if plants could grow indoors, and we were already planning to feed astronauts on a moon base or on other long-duration missions, so fresh vegetables might be the key to maintaining astronauts' health. But plants that grow that big in space may help plug nutrient gaps among astronauts who spent a lot of time in space. In NASA, there is a vegetable production system known as Veggie, which is a high-tech greenhouse flying on the International Space Station. However, we all know that plants provide vitamins and minerals that our bodies absorb a lot more easily than those in multivitamins, and that plants also contain nutrients besides vitamins that one would possibly absorb in pill form. And fortunately, scientists have found that it's not too hard to grow plants in space. Plants grow more or less the same in space as on Earth. One challenge is watering them. As we know, watering cans don't work in microgravity. This is one thing, but more importantly, water in space doesn't absorb gases like oxygen, which plants take up from water via their roots. In NASA's Veggie system, instead of growing plants in soil or even hydroponically, plants grow with their roots in pillows filled with porous, a growth medium that provides everything they need. Pillows also have a polyurethane-coated pellets that release nutrients over time. In addition to providing water to the plants, the pillows also allow air to reach the roots. Researchers also know astronauts lose muscle mass and weight in space, and the risk of nutritional deficiencies grows with the length of the mission. In addition, astronauts' only early missions to Mars might spend more time in spacesuits than ISS crews do now, so they'll need to eat a lot of calories. So it's important for them that they eat the food that's available, and Musk might have found the real long-term solution for that. That's it for today, guys. What do you think about this? Let us know in the comments below if you think you found something on this. And most importantly, if you want to be updated on every single topic related to Elon Musk, then you should consider subscribing to the channel and pressing the bell icon. See you in the next one. Until then, peace out.